The French Prime Minister is here, Edouard Philippe. Can the French team deliver? Marta is the captain and inspiration of Brazil. Brazil, who've never failed to reach the knockout stage, but boy, is this a big hurdle. Sarah Bouhaddi of Caen plays in her third game. France revert to their strongest back four, including three-goal Wendy Renard. Bassaglia and Henry babysit the defence. Diane offers width on the right-hand side. And it's Gauvin with just one goal so far who leads the attack. Le Sommer will play in a wide position. We're just about ready and set. Our match official comes from Quebec in Canada. Marie-Soleil Baudouin takes charge of her third Women's World Cup finals match here in France. She awarded Norway 2 penalties in the game against Korea. The VAR official, the main VAR official, comes from Italy. It's 30-year-old Barbara in goal for Brazil. It's a pretty settled back four. Monica has 9 international goals. Formiga, 41 years old, returns after suspension in a 3-woman midfield alongside Marta, who's scored now in 5 Women's World Cup finals. And it's Cristiane, 93 international goals, who leads the attack with Ludmilla and Dabinia. The countdown has begun. There's Marta, the highest scorer in World Cup history with 17 goals. France get us underway. For the last 10 years, France have struggled to lift the weight of expectation for their women's team. In 7 major competitions, they've yet to reach a final and often miss out on the semi-finals. Is this their year? Allez les Bleus is the cry of the French supporters. Let's go the Blues. Dabinia. Tamirez. Well, that was a painful whack. Torrent certainly felt that one on the side of her head, or possibly her ear. 10 million French TV viewers tuned in to the matches, each match that France have played so far at the Women's World Cup. Imagine that would be an even higher number this evening. France's own version of the thunderclap. First real attack then, Torrent to take the throw. Torrent with a cross. Le Sommer. Picked up though by Barbara in the Brazil goal. Brazil, whose form is patchy to say the least. Their win against Jamaica was their first in any competition in nearly a year. 10 years ago, they were one of the best teams in the world. They're still rebuilding to try and get back to that sort of position, but they're about to lose 2 of their key stars in Formiga and Marta, who really have taken this team forward in the last decade. Torrent to take the throw. The right back of France. Remember, the entire left side of the French team, virtually from the Lyon club. There should be a synchronicity about their play which should serve them well. People have just wondered why the Lyon club, arguably the best women's club side in the world, have not really clicked when so many play in the national team, including Amandine Henry, who's just won that corner. The chassis of this team are from Lyon. They're the best in the world. Can France, the national team, be the best in the world? They've got the backing, they've got a corner, and Wendy Renard prominently placed. Renard inside the D, wearing the number 3 jersey. Keeper has patted the ball down and initiates this Brazil attack. Ludmilla. Tried to feed the ball forward towards Cristiane, but nothing doing. Formiga. Leticia Santos joining in. Marta intercepted by Renard. The fans wanted a foul. They have a foul further up the pitch. Cataline. That looked like a foul by Formiga. That was a foul by Cataline. All the way back to Wendy Renard. And she picks out her central defensive colleague, Batti. Henry scrapping for the ball. Diane close by, and it's ricocheted out for a corner kick. Henry driving France forward right from the get-go. And again, this is a ploy that has worked well. The height and physical presence of number 3 there, Wendy Renard. I wonder if this is something they've been working on in the training ground. Madri to take the corner. Goalkeeper did well to get it clear. That can't have been easy under intense pressure. Marta. Dabinia. Should be the keeper's ball. Slams a ball past the ear of Ludmilla. Sarah Bouadi. Bouadi from the Cannes club. 5 is Taze. Tamirez. Goal kick. Well, the most important thing in any game of this magnitude is not to concede early on. And at least Brazil have managed to do that. It's a huge weight of expectation from the supporters inside the Stade Océan. And I would argue it's about 85% France in their support. Barbara will pick up the ball. The Brazilian goalkeeper let in 3 against Australia. This one aimed towards Cristiane, but Wendy Renard just that little bit taller. Diane giving chase, as is Gauvin. Gauvin has company. Cataline. Cristiane, makeshift right back. Le Sommer joining in. France pouring forward again. Marta. And Marta picks out the left back. Tamirez. Angled ball into Cristiane, and Cristiane saying, look, you don't need to hit it that hard, you don't need to hit it that long, just let's hang on to possession. And possession, as the saying goes, is 9/10 of the law. And at the moment, France enjoying greater possession. There are some Brazil fans here. They're just outnumbered. Away by Renard. Busaglia. Marta twisting this way and that. And still Marta. It's Marta for Brazil. And she shoots tamely wide. That lipstick certainly gives her a dramatic look. There was almost a dramatic moment in this match. Well, the French defence have been warned you can't allow Marta that sort of space in the last 20 yards of the pitch. Otherwise, she is bound to add to her considerable goal tally. Reina, Formiga. Formiga will try again, beaten off the ball though by DNA. And DNA sets off for goal, just claiming she was held back. I think the referee tried to play the advantage. There was none after the striker just lost the ball, ran away from her after being fouled. That's where the foul was. Well, maybe there. By Taser. Plays her club football in Italy with Milan. Taser. It's the ultimate irony that amongst the cries of Allez les Bleus are not playing in blue today. The only blue in terms of team strip is Brazil's socks. Henry and Madri deep in conversation. They seem to have worked it out. Henry lets fly. But not a bad effort at all by Henry. 12 international goals before this match. Close to number 13. Marta somehow emerges with the ball, took a ricochet. Ludmilla. In fact, it's Assayé anchoring midfield. Ball flicked on by Henry. Diane. Tohon to take the throw, still goalless then. Gauvin Diak looks on, impassive. She is a strict disciplinarian. She said in a press conference yesterday, we could attack better. So far, France have only had one attempt on goal, same as Brazil. Barbara, the Brazilian goalkeeper, picks out Monica. Tamires. SAA got in the way. SAA slightly fortunate perhaps to be in the team today. Tine was expected to start in a holding midfield role, but maybe a slightly more offensive selection by the coach. Diac. Torrent. Henry. Back to Torrent again. Henry's cross took a big deflection and sent it flying towards the Brazilian goalkeeper, Barbara. There's a degree of nervousness about the two teams. That's understandable once we've reached the knockout stage of this competition. Nobody wants to make a mistake which would lead to elimination. Tamires. Dabinia was the intended target, intercepted by Torrent. Seemed to be fouled there by Cristiane, waved on by the referee. Batti. Dabinia took a deflection. Decent effort on goal by Dabinia, who plays her football in the USA with North Carolina College. Close to her 29th international goal. It was a good piece of defending to divert the ball to safety, although it could have gone just about anywhere. But Dabinia waits, and Marta trots across to that far side now in preparation of taking this corner. Five lemon-shirted players wait inside the France penalty area. Monica waiting around about the penalty spot. Cristiane is in there too. That's a very comfortable and well-executed catch by Sarah Bouadi. Monica, Torrent, Assay. Le Sommer arriving. Assay, heading clear. Henry should pick it up, limps it back in again, appeals for offside. No flag. Marta. And she does well to win the throw-in. Le Sommer was offering the danger in that last attack. Scored in the opening two games. I think that would have been offside. Reynard with a header. Picked up there by Marta. Formiga will have the ball ripped from her. Le Sommer. Gauvin. Assay. Oh, that's meat and drink to the goalkeeper. Barbara clutches the ball. There's a nice ebb and flow to this football match as those French supporters look on with just a few nerves, I'm sure, in their tummies, wondering if their team can clinch a place in the last eight, a meeting with the USA or Spain. Tamires to take the throw. Picks out Monica. Cateline. Reynard. Marta. Le Sommer cut in. Henry. Mbokbati. Bouadi, the goalkeeper. France aren't frightened to play out from the back. Quality of their passing, not bad on that occasion. Le Sommer took a whack in her back, the Lyon attacker. Patricia Santos. Cristiane giving chase. Cut out by Madry and then cleared by the goalkeeper. Marta pulling the strings in midfield. Torrent with a very good interception. And clearance. No way through for Tamires, who plays club football in Denmark. The only mum in the squad has a little boy, Bernardo, back home. Bouadi hasn't really got in the game so far. Bouadi. DNA giving chase. Corner. Well, that is the willingness to run of DNA which caused the Brazil defence to concede the corner. France have had more corners than any other team at this year's Women's World Cup finals. Le Sommer. Madry. It's a very deep one. Henry giving chase, but Monica got there first and claiming she had her jersey tugged. In terms of actual shots on goal, Brazil have had 2, France have had just 1. It's a ongoing story in this French team. Marta. And Tamires. Reynard. Torrent. And she's got company. And she's won a throw. Dabinia didn't like that decision. SAA giving here to Pennethworth, or €2 worth. Torrent throws it down the line, flicked up by DNA. Corinne Diacre has set up this team to attack Brazil, but so far not to any great effect. At the same time, she doesn't want to lose or concede early on, which would put her team under increasing pressure. We've got to the midway point of the first half without the Brazilian goalkeeper Barbara having to make a save worthy of the name, and that in itself is a feather in the cap for Brazil. Diane's cross, Barbara comes there, hasn't got there, and France have the lead. Gauvin on target. The referee is calling on the medical assistance of France because there was a big collision between Barbara, the goalkeeper, and the goal scorer, Gauvin. This was a brave attack by Gauvin. Collided with the goalkeeper. She didn't know much about it, but when she is fully recovered, they'll tell her she has scored her 12th international goal and given France a lead. And they've set sail from the port of Le Havre towards the quarterfinals. Gauvin scored in the 2-1 win against Norway. And now she has given France a lead. I wonder if Brazil are just wondering whether there's going to be a VAR check on that goal. And we can confirm there is no VAR check on that goal. It is good, it stands, and France are in front. We're hearing that the ball hit the shoulder of Gauvin, and we can see it again. She can have known absolutely nothing about that. And all you can admire her for here is her absolute bravery. And I'm sure the Goalkeepers Union would tell you that is a foul on the goalkeeper. And the referee is surrounded by yellow-shirted players. And it looks like a painful one in the ribs for Barbara. And there is going to be a VAR check. You can hear the wolf whistles around the stadium. They're checking for a foul, I'm presuming. Confirmation they are checking for a foul on the goalkeeper. I'm not sure there was any intent there by Gauvin, so I'm not quite sure how she could be penalised. But it was a painful collision nonetheless. And my only thought is the reason they've taken so long to decide it's a VAR decision was because of the injury to the goalkeeper and Gauvin, and their well-being trumps everything else. She is going to have to make a big decision here in front of a home support. No goal. Gauvin's goal is chalked off and it remains 0-0, and that is judged to be a foul on the goalkeeper. But you can imagine the home supporters hugely disappointed. But that goal does not stand. And obviously the length of time it took to treat the two players meant that the assumption was the goal stood. And the longer the assumption, a move to the opposite of that makes it hugely disappointing for the home supporters. Cristiane now for Brazil, still 0-0 in this game. Leticia Santos headed clear by Renaud. And Renard is got a real problem here. Watch Renard in the middle, number 3. And just took a kick to her hip. Kick by Ludmilla. Confirmation that Gauvin is back on the pitch. Maybe a little shaken, but the scoreline remains blank. If you just popped out to make a cup of tea, the French goal has been disallowed for a foul on the goalkeeper. Toho. Toho with a free kick. France have to shrug aside the disappointment of seeing their goal wiped out and redouble their efforts to try and take the lead in this round of 16 match. Busaglia, Madri. That's going to be a free kick to Brazil as we reach the half-hour mark. I wonder if they've heard their goal has been ruled out. They're celebrating as if their team are winning. There's always a certain magic about World Cup football when Brazil are in town. Debinha's ball into Marta. Maybe 10 years ago she'd have got there, but just a pace behind the game now, Marta. Yet to play a full 90 minutes here at these championships. Formiga unable to win the header. It's fallen to Asai. Free kick. Foul by Debinha. Just looking back at the instant which led to that disallowed goal, I think the underlying theme of that is that France want to play high aerial balls into the Brazil penalty area, where they believe the Brazilian defence could be vulnerable. And I don't think that's the last time we've seen that tactic. That one chalked off, that last effort by Gauvin. I think there's another one coming. Busaglia up to Renard. And Barbara hardly miss popular with the home supporters. I think the French fans thinking that she rather over-egged the pudding on her injury to ensure a VAR decision. Sure, the thought never crossed her mind. Ludmilla. Vadon clearly happy that that VAR decision has gone the way of his team. Hardly looks happy, does he? And Brazil yet to have any clear possession inside the French penalty area. Haven't gotten the ball inside the 18-yard box. Reynard. Cristiane. Gauvin, lovely touch. They bring Tamires into the game. Goalkeeper might have got herself in a bit of a spot of hot bother. Offside. Promising move. Clearly she was in an offside position when that ball ricocheted back to her before she was bundled over. France have the free kick, but the most important statistic is they haven't got a goal so far. But if you completely negate what happened with the effort by Gauvin, France have only had one attempt on goal so far. Painful collision involving Gauvin. The referee has a card waiting. I think Brazil wants something slightly stronger than a yellow card. And Taisa making her protest absolutely clear. Wendy Renard is going to be cautioned. She can walk away, but that yellow card's going to follow her. It looked nasty from that sort of angle. Gauvin still hobbling away. Looks round. Gauvin back on the pitch and being roundly booed by the home supporters. Suddenly her limping has disappeared and she's back to full fitness. Marta to take the free kick for Brazil. Look of plotting going on Marta's face. It's Marta again. Takes on Torrent. Marta knew exactly what she was doing as she edged the ball closer and closer to the penalty area. Marta with a corner. Cristiane waiting around about the penalty spot and makes a move now into Cristiane. No great power on the header. An easy stop for Sarah Bouhaddi. That's a lovely ball. Assayi intercepted though. Ludmilla. Foul by Brazil again. Taiza, who just is hovering just beneath boiling point, I suspect. That was a nasty lunge. And Bogbati, Le Sommer, Madri on the overlap, Madri's cross, met by Assayi. Marta leads the counter-attack. Assayi caused trouble for Marta, but the throw-in's gone the way of Brazil, and France not happy about that. Tamires up to Cristiane, who's looking for a free kick. Nothing doing. Henry drives it forward. Assayi caught by Marta. The French supporters in front of me standing up asking for a yellow card. Well, cup tie football really does bring a dash of the unexpected to a match like this, and this is a cup tie now as we've reached the knockout stage. Wendy Renard threatens with her presence. It's up towards Renard, it's over ahead. Sommer arriving. In fact, it was Henry on the far side. There was possibly two, maybe more French women offside, and Henry just got ahead to the ball. So let's have a look at these statistics so far. Brazil just shading possession now, and 2 shots for France, 3 for Brazil. It's hardly been attack laden in terms of attempts on goal. Dabinia, Marta, Tamires, Cristiane. First touch was poor. Plays for the Sao Paulo club, Cristiane. Scored a hat-trick in the opening game against Jamaica. First Brazilian woman to do that since 1999. Formiga. Ball had gone out. Marta. Tamires. Marta knew exactly what she was doing to win a free kick. Assayi fell for that one. She just waited for a little bit of contact and she was on her way down. And that allows all the tall Brazilian players, or the tall ones in the team at least, to make their way forward. 6-7 to aim at. Marta appealing for a handball. Brazil have a lot of players pressed forward here, and France can't take advantage of a swift counter-attack. And you can see she was claiming there was a handball. The disallowing of Gauvin's goal really has changed the complexion of this game. Had that goal stood, Brazil would have to be a little bit more attack-minded and chase the game a little bit more. As it is, they're sitting back, and their tactics so far have worked. Frustrating France to few attempts on goal, creating the odd counter-attack themselves, trying to get Cristiane into the game. Here she is, and linking it with Debinha, who's overrun the ball. Ricochets to Cristiane. Cristiane with a shot, beaten away by Bouhaddi. That is the first shot on target in the opening 43 minutes of this match. Bit of a lucky break there for Debinha. So again, Marta comes to this near side to take the corner kick for Brazil. Cristiane again will be the target. She's just on the edge of the D and starts her run now. I think the ball had gone out before goalkeeper got her gloves onto it. Quick release, looking for Le Sommer. Good control by Le Sommer. Diani, Gauvin. Debinha. Tamirez. Bouhaddi should get there, does get there. We're in the final minute of the 45. I'm hearing there's going to be 6 minutes of stoppage time added on because of that injury to both Barbara in the Brazil goal and Valerie Gauvin in the incident which led to a VAR decision to disallow France's effort, which crossed the line. Madri.
Additional time, 5 minutes.
Confirmation of 6 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Plenty of time for one of these two teams to find the opening goal of the match. Henry. Debinha. Cristiane. Taisa. Marta. Leticia Santos on that far side. 3 to aim at if she can whip over a cross and get the better of Madri. Marta. All the way back to Tamirez. To get through a gap that simply wasn't there and ended up kicking out at her opponent to strangle that last French attack. There could be a card. Tamirez is booked. This really was a tactical foul because had she not kicked out at her opponent, France would have had a relatively free run down the Brazil left. And Tamirez simply wasn't going to allow that to happen when took one for the team. Still a party atmosphere inside the Stade Océan in Le Havre. Assaï. Tohon. Assaï. Brazil win it back. Throw into the South American side. Busaglia. Oh, there's an option here for Madri. Madri shoots and shoots well wide. It's a great first touch and great vision to pick out the galloping fullback Madri. Not a regular scorer at international level. Barbara still being booed by the home supporters. Cataline brings the ball out to defence and picks up Renard. Eugenie Le Sommer. Shoulder met shoulder, so play on. Into Dabinia. Marta. I think she tried to score from about 40 yards then, didn't really get hold of the ball. Henry. Diane. Formiga. One for Cristiane to chase, but Ton will get there first. The right back of France. Oh, good power and good precision. And Bogbati. Reina. This could be the second game in a row for France when they haven't had a shot on goal or shot on target in the first half. Le Sommer swapping wings. Assay took a deflection all the way through to Barbara. He really has been penned as the villain of the piece, which I think is hugely unfair. The half-time whistle is imminent. And no doubt the supporters at the break will talk about the goal that wasn't. And so will she. Just wonder what the psychological effects are for France of having that goal ruled out. They'll just have to shrug aside that disappointment and get on with it. I imagine that'll be the message from Corinne Diacre at half-time. And the referee sends the two teams to the dressing room. Valerie Gauvin's strike ruled out for a foul on the goalkeeper, Barbara. And that has been the major talking point of the first half. The respective time it took to look after the two players and check they were okay resulted in a delay of VAR. The goal was ruled out at half-time. It's 0-0. It's Brazil who restart the game 0-0 at half-time in this round of 16 game from the Stade Océan. Monica. Just to reiterate, no changes to either team at half-time, but I'm sure that will change at some stage of the second half. Le Sommer goes to ground under the challenge of Formiga. And the real surprise in the French team, Vivienne Assailly included. No big surprises for Brazil as they unveiled the team that many thought would start the game. Formiga returns after suspension. Le Sommer tries to pick out Madry. Thunderclap is doing the rounds at the stadium as temperatures just begin to dip slightly. Madry. Bokbati. Diagonal ball. Came off Ludmilla. Reynard. I wonder if she's going to have a decisive hand in this round of 16 game. Remember, the prize for the winners, Spain or the USA in the last 8 of the competition. Ludmilla giving chase. Madry did ever so well and needed a slice of good fortune and then slice the ball into out of play. So, I wonder what she said at half-time to her women. Was a foul by DNA. Crowd of just under 24,000 inside the Stade Océan, who are almost at capacity. Certainly the biggest crowd we've had of any matches staged here so far. Marta stands over the ball. Six to aim at, 7 now. Marta chips it in. And got clear by the French defence. Hacked just about anywhere. One for Gauvin to chase. And she keeps it alive. And she has company from Leticia Santos. And France break again. And it's Le Sommer. Reynard. Torrent. Oh, this is a great run. Le Sommer. Le Sommer's cross was frankly awful. And she holds her hand up in apology, because this was a great attacking move by France. Look at Le Sommer right at the bottom of your picture, completely unmarked. She never really wrapped her left boot around the ball to send it spinning inside the Brazil penalty area. Tizer slipped through, looking for Ludmilla. The Brazil manager strokes his chin. Flicked on by Cristiane. Bogbati. Busaglia getting it wide. Tahan. Diane, she's round the back. Can she pull it back here? Oh yes, she can. This time, Gauvin's goal will stand. France lead by goal to nil. And they have real hope now of reaching the last 8. For once, France got in behind the Brazil defence. Slight stumble by Gauvin, but she was there to turn the ball in. No collision with the goalkeeper this time. Diane with a terrific assist. And that is a real striker's goal. Once again, going in where it hurts, and this time it hurt Brazil. She can smile at last. This one stands. France have never lost in the World Cup finals when scoring first. Brazil have never won when conceding first. Still not a flicker of emotion on the face of the coach, Corinne Diacre. Well, the tactics of Brazil have to change now. And many French supporters have left their seats, standing up, cheering their side on. Gauvin. Oh, what a night in Le Havre. It is bouncing here. Seven goals in the last 8 starts now for Gauvin. That is a real striker's contribution. She is driving France towards the latter stages of this competition. Marta to take this free kick. Can Brazil respond? They really have it all to do now. Marta drives it in. Oh, it's come off the crossbar. I think it was Cristiane's header. Cristiane almost draws her sides level. The closest Brazil have come. Ludmilla. They have to tear up their tactics book and attack France. and that will give us, hopefully, a more open game. Gauvin. Henry appeals for handball and given. Cristiane wants the French to get on with the game. And she is told to retreat. This is where Brazil have to hold their nerve. This is a really important 10 minutes of the match for both teams. France to just calm down, not get over-excited about the fact that they lead and are on course for the last day. Brazil just have to think about how they're going to get back into this match and stop France's juggernaut progression. Mbogbate. That's going to be a corner. Well, what an opportunity for Brazil to draw level. Marta's free kick plumb onto the head of Cristiane. Just nobody in a lemon-coloured shirt there to turn the loose ball over the line. That looked like a save from the goalkeeper. Just the very ends of her fingertips maybe push that ball onto the crossbar. Corner to France. Renard! Moment of high anxiety. Marta has it now. And Marta goes sprawling. Free kick to Brazil. The pressure's lifted. And Renard came within an ace then of doubling France's lead. Watch number 3. Nobody quite knew where the ball was. And there might have been a suspicion of handball against Formiga. This round of 16 game right in the melting pot now, as Barbara once again faces the disapproval of the home supporters. Cristiane. And that's why Wendy Renard is such an important component of this French defence. Formiga. Leticia Santos. Marta, all options to her left. Tamires is waiting there. Tamires' cross should be the goalkeeper's. Well, we're getting to that stage of the game when the coaches often think about a substitution. How do they alter the outcome of this match when they're a goal behind? Le Sommer. Well, she went for the gap. The door got slammed in her face. And no foul. Madri. Busaglia. Mbogbate. Crowd have certainly found their voice again after the disappointments of the first half, and once again, for the 4th time at these championships, France have scored a second half goal. They only needed one in their final group game against Nigeria to progress. Le Sommer. Leticia Santos. Ludmilla. Renard. Madri. France could do with another goal. And the supporters behind that goal are suggesting there might have been a handball in there. Renard. Henry, lovely flick on, Gauvin. That's good covering though by Monica. Only as far as Le Sommer. Le Sommer dribbles into the box. Big deflection. And it came off Gauvin, who blocked her shot unintentionally. Tried to get out the way, double deflection. First signs of movement down on the substitutes bench for Brazil. Davinha now, what can Brazil do here? Away by Renard, 1-1! No, the flag is up. It's going to be chalked off. This time a decision goes against Brazil, and Thijs's goal is not going to stand. It remains 1-0 to France. The offside flag was pretty instantaneous. They look onside there. There is a VAR check. Well, there was Cristiane who was in an offside position, but she wasn't interfering with play. We now have a proper and full check. And the goal is given. Thijs's goal is now going to stand. No offside, and the celebrations are a little bit surprising, if I'm honest, by the Brazil team. They thought that was offside, I'm sure. Well, that's where they assumed there was an offside. There was clearly no offside. Cristiane not interfering with play. Goal. So we're back level. The flag was for the first offside in that build-up, which was then overturned by VAR. So just confirmation, France won, Brazil won. And that last goal, although initially it appeared to be ruled out for offside, now stands. Let's have a look at the VAR decision, and you can quite clearly see Brazil are onside. Thijs has scored her 6th international goal. Marta joins the attack. And this round of 16 game right back in the balance. Only the second goal France have conceded at these championships. Marta. Slight defensive uncertainty perhaps, but Bouadi has initiated a quick counter-attack. Lovely step over by Madri. Le Sommer. Henry. Le Sommer. Madri. Full marks to Brazil. They've gone a goal behind and then come back into this game, playing in front of a large French partisan crowd. They have largely silenced that crowd now. If it were to stay like this, we would go to extra time. Already had one shootout. A penalty shootout to decide last night's game. Norway prevailing against Australia. Could there be another penalty shootout in Le Havre? Ludmilla. Still Ludmilla. Did well to get the ball onto a colleague, but France have snaffled it up. And it's all the way through to their goalkeeper, Bouhaddi. I suspect Brazil were going to make a change before they scored. Then they got that equaliser through Tyser and then decided against it. Henry. Marta back on defensive duty in the left back berth. Throw in taken by Henry. This looks like it's France's most stern test to date. Eugenie Gauvin. It was a clumsy challenge. It's left a Brazilian defender lying inside her own penalty area and technically playing everyone onside, and that's why the whistle has gone, just in case there is a injury. And there's no great injury here to Kathleen, and the home supporters are not happy. They thought Kathleen was seriously injured. There might have been a handball there by Gauvin. Could have also been deemed to be a penalty, the way that Kathleen went through the back of her opponent. Camilla waiting to come on now for Brazil. Ludmilla was the intended target, cut out by Batti. Eugenie. Oh, that is cynically done. There was no way that Formiga was going to let her through, and she's picked up her third card of the competition, missed the last game through suspension. I think she was committed to the challenge and left her foot dangerously in the path of her opponent. And that is Brazil's ninth yellow card of the tournament, more than anybody else. Ludmilla is going to come off and be replaced by Camilla, who plays for Orlando Pride. And that is a winger off but it looks like a defender on. Camilla's not featured so far at these championships. She goes straight back on defensive duty with Busaglia standing over the ball and Madry. Madry with the free kick. Free header for Le Sommer, and it's wide. Might have been a hint of offside also for both Henry and Le Sommer, but the header wasn't accurate by Le Sommer. Barbara. Tizer. Shots 7-7, but on goal 1-4. Brazil just edging there. Cristiane also studs over the ball, stabbed forward by Leticia Santos. Torrent. Marta tried to intercept the ball, couldn't do so. Minutes plus stoppage time remain. Brazil about to make a second substitution. Diane. No foul. Monica gets the ball to safety. And Marta leads the counter-attack, has Cristiane in support. Well, one back by the substitute. Well held. Just the presence there, enough to release the ball into the path of Dabinha, and she shot, and it's well held. And this could be a significant moment because Formiga, at the age of 41 years old, has probably played in her last World Cup game. Played in the 2007 final, been to 7 Women's World Cups. This is her last, surely. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Formiga or Marta were to come back as coach one day. Confirmation Andresinia is on, one of the smallest players in the tournament. Andresinia. Lovely touch there by Cristiane from the Sao Paulo club. What a career she has had, and she really has been at the forefront of Brazilian women's football so long. Their way through for Henry. "15 minutes left, plus stoppage time. It stays like that, we're going to extra time." Maybe she's keeping her powder dry with extra time on the horizon. He's already played 2 substitutes so far in this game. Could be a long way to go, including penalties, who knows? Henry, fielded by Barbara. Gauvin giving chase. Marta, 3 to aim at in the middle, including Beatrice. Beatrice came on in the second half, replacing Ludmilla. Kept alive very neatly. This is Busaglia. Gauvin. Gauvin might pick up the loose ball, all options to her left. And that's a great piece of vision to pick out Le Sommer. Uses Madri as a dummy. Busaglia. Asai. Will break here for Henry. And discretion being the better part of valor, gets it back to Mbotembati. France will try again. Madri. Good pressure here by the French team, who I think are going to make their first change shortly. Madri to take the throw. Le Sommer dragged down by Leticia Santos. Foul by the right back with the yellow shirt. Stepping across the path of Eugenie Le Sommer from the Lyon club. A little bit of cramp. Gaëtan Tinet will come on. Was a bit of a choice between her and SAE. My guess is that SAE will come off. As they sing the Marseillaise just to encourage their team. Flags are waving inside the stadium. Is this France's big moment of this match? A little quiet word between Madri and Busaglia. Busaglia, keeper's ball. France have scored with their only shot on target in this match. Can they find another one? Marta. Reynard. Go into France. And they will make their change, and it's Asai who's going to come off and be replaced by Tinet from the Paris FC club. Now, can Tine, who's now 33 years old, find a path to open up Brazil again in the last 10 minutes of this match? Tine and Le Sommer both playing in their 15th World Cup game. Tine, Le Sommer, the two women we just mentioned, almost combining there. They've got huge experience between them, but do they have the know-how to unstitch this Brazil defence, which has played pretty well so far? Le Sommer tried a dummy which didn't quite come off, and Marta now leads the counter-attack, just couldn't stay on her feet, and that's a crude challenge, I think, by Beatrice. That's my first foul, she's saying. They all count, sadly. All stemmed from the fact that Dabinha just overran the ball. Busaglia, Tine getting it wide, DNA into the middle, and Barbara's beginning to play a more and more significant role in this match, and who knows, if it comes to penalties, maybe she will have the last laugh. Renard breaks here for Henry. Le Sommer. Le Sommer with a cross. Marta. Cristiane. Beatrice to her right. Dabinha to her left. And fouled by DNA. I think that was a really naive tackle, to be honest. There were plenty of defenders ready to do the work. Just puts France under pressure, and a goal at this stage of the game could be absolutely crucial. They really are looking anxious. Monica pushed forward from defence for Brazil. She wears the number 21 jersey, just inside the D. Closely watched by Wendy Renard. Here comes a free kick. Oh, easily fielded by Bouadi. Androsini had the shot. Wasn't a particularly effective one. Extra time looming. Madri. Le Sommer. Easily dispossessed. Dabinha. Cristiane. Marta. And there's an opening here for Brazil. And Rosinha, she has scored! And offside. Now, two players were clearly in an offside position, but was the player who was involved offside? Yes, I think she was. It was Tamires. I think that was a pretty clear decision. Offside by some distance, I think, is the Canadian official's decision, and it looks like she was absolutely right. And Tamires sees her effort ruled out. That really would have caused a big upset. Here is the VAR decision. You can see player at the top of your picture clearly offside, the two further down not interfering. Just missed time to run. Brazil have caused enough problems for France tonight. Pretty even contest still. Beatrice, chased by Renard. A nervy end to the 90 minutes. This time. Breaks here. Oh, it almost broke for Marta. Brazil just beginning to edge this contest. Marta almost found a path to goal. And a change for Brazil coming up. Leticia Santos will make way. Odd time to make a substitution with a couple of minutes to go to the end of the 90 minutes, when there would be plenty of time for reflection. Here comes the corner. There'll be 5 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. We're in the final minute of the 90 now. Confirmation it was Poliana who came on for Brazil. Poliana dropping in at right back, and can Brazil repel France for the last few minutes and take us into extra time? Busaglia. Tiane. Gauvin calling for the ball in the middle, up towards Gauvin. And there's a collision between defender and Gauvin again. Confirmation of 5 minutes.
Additional time, 5 minutes.
Looks like it's going to be a late old night in Le Havre. Local time just ticking round to just past 10 to 11 in the evening. And Rosinha. Free kick. This is Cascarino. Again, an odd time to make a substitution just before we get to extra time. She will play on the right wing, I suspect. That's a great ball into Gauvin. Has little help and just turns the ball harmlessly into the middle. Brazil in no great hurry to get on with the game. They would like to get it into extra time. Diane. France may have other ideas. Tiane. Disappointing touch by here. Marta. Henry rather sportingly tries to help Marta to her feet, but Marta still down injured. And it is the goal scorer Gauvin who comes off. And Delphine Cascarino is her replacement. Poliana giving chase. Oh, Busaglia almost gives it away. Dabinia. Beatrice. Just couldn't wrap her boot around the ball. Still there is danger there from Brazil. Still at times France are lackadaisical in that last third. And maybe there's one or two tired French players. Well, they're going to have to forget about their tiredness. They're going to have to find renewed energy because extra time is just around the corner. And if it's a late night for the spectators, it's going to be a late night for the players who are going to have to renew their fans. But that could be a great ball by Tine. Not a great cross. The team hoping to repay their fans and their loyalty by finding a path into the last eight of the competition. Andressina now has hurt herself. Two number 17's disputed possession. I think she fell awkwardly. Well, I reckon we're just seconds away from the referee's whistle to signal the end of the 90 minutes. Is there time for one last knockout punch for the French? Cristiane. Maybe one for Brazil. This will probably be the last attack in the 90 minutes then. Madry goes for the return from Le Sommer's ball. Madry. That's great defending. And for the 15th time in the history of the Women's World Cup finals, we are going into extra time. The goal by Gauvin cancelled out in the second half by Taisa. And nothing to separate these two teams at the end of the second half. After 90 minutes, it's France 1, Brazil 1, and we're heading for extra time. Barbara's had an eventful game in goal for Brazil. That's putting it mildly. So Brazil get the first period of extra time underway, 1-1 after 90 minutes of football. Domina, instant control of the football. Henry. Cascarino. Collided with an opponent. Here is the speedy Valerie. That one intended for Valerie from Le Sommer, but unable to pick her out. Busaglia. That's not a bad ball. Cascarino took an age to get the ball under control, and the attack falls flat. Extra time hasn't really seen the game settle down yet. Tine. Again given away cheaply. Dabinia shot from the halfway line. And in doing so, Cristiane seems to have hurt herself. It's a thigh injury. Marta, or rather Taser, just having a quiet word with her. And Cristiane has gone down injured, seems to have pulled a muscle. Cascarino. Taser. Picked up by Henry. Henry with a cross, got clear by the Brazil defence. Busaglia. And there's a breakaway attack. Beatrice takes on Renard for pace, and then Renard bumped into her, and Renard's giant frame emerges with the ball, and they've stopped play so that Cristiane can get a little bit of attention. And it was the shot actually from the halfway line which seems to have caused the problem. Brazil have had their injury problems in their lead up to these championships. They're without Adriana, Erika and Fabi, all injured. This does not look promising for Brazil. Cristiane hardly able to walk, so they have to make a change. going to be Jays to come on from the Benfica club in Portugal. She was not even born when Marta made her first appearance at the finals in 1995. That really is a rookie thrown into such a high-profile game, but quite clearly Cristiane can't carry on. France, meanwhile, get on with the game. Brazil down to 10 women. Le Sommer, Diane, Madri, Madri puts a crossover. Diane, cleared by Brazil. That's not a bad effort by Toho. Cristiane succumbs to injury. Jay's on in her place, number 23.
Substitution for Brazil. Lane number 11, Cristiane is replaced by player number 23, Jason.
And Racinha. Teza. DNA. And DNA emerges with a ball. Oh dear. Disappointment for France. Did everything right leading up to that. DNA from the Paris Saint-Germain club. I was surprised she emerged there with the ball. Debinha. There's Jays giving contact. She made contact with the goalkeeper. Free kick to France. But that was a painful whack on the knee and warning for the young striker. Just left her boot in. And there is a knee injury to the French goalkeeper, Sarah Bouhaddi. There is a historical connection between Le Havre and Brazil, because this is the French port which first saw the import of Brazilian coffee, and the first coffee shops opened in Le Havre in the mid part of the 18th century. And there was great trade between Brazil and France through this port. Still a huge port, which is about a mile or so away from this stadium, maybe slightly more. Well, the fans certainly are nervous. It is a night for fingernail biting, and I think there's going to be a few more nails bit before the evening's done. Tine, really is an ambitious ball. Can Cascarino get there? Well, that's good pressing by France. They've won a corner, and the noise level around the Stade Océan just rises once again. Somebody's just faded the noise up. Tine to take the corner. Nearly 100 minutes of football have been played. It's a very deep one. And a powerful header by Le Sommer, or was it Henry on the far side? It was Henry who directed it back across the face of goal. Nobody could convert the chance. Teasing header by Henry. Comes to naught. Diané's been fouled, free kick to France. A little bit of the discipline has just begun to drift out of the Brazil team in the latter stages of this match. Certainly it looks like they're hanging on for a possible penalty shootout. France seem the more interested country in terms of trying to find a winning goal. Cataline, I think, has been cautioned. Indeed she has. She's going to miss the next game, incidentally, if, big if, Brazil go through to the last 8 of the competition. Tine stands over the ball with Madry. There's Tine, there's Madry. Quizzical look on both their faces. Madry is a very disappointing free kick for France. And that young fan knows it as well. If you take Cristiane out of this team, if you take Formiga out of this team, you take Eugenie out of this team, Brazil could well be a little bit short of key players. And there's a foul, another foul by Jays. A little bit of youthful over-exuberance. Still think the game is there for France to win. Once it goes to a lottery of a penalty shootout, it's anybody's game. Cascarino tries to get away from Dabinia and does really well and delivers a cross in towards Le Sommer. Tine unable to get the decisive touch, and Brazil breathe a big collective sigh of relief. This game now not for the faint-hearted. Brazil have a free kick won by Beatrice. And Rossini to take it. And he takes a lapse of concentration. An error, and Brazil could be through. Or an error like that, France have got the ball. No wonder the coach looks frustrated. We're close to the end of the first period of extra time. Good ball by Henry. Le Sommer. Big deflection, corner. Now this could be interesting. France just looking for that big punch. Again, tall central defenders make their way forward. They take an early corner. And a header by Diané is held by Barbara. And this is France's second attempt on target of the night. The first one resulted in the goal scored by Gauvin. Keeper's ball. %, accuracy shooting by France. Not been great, has it? And there could be an opening. Debinha. Jay's trying to get forward, and Beatrice. Debinha! Great goal line clearance. That cheered almost like a goal. What a marvellous piece of defending. The goalkeeper beaten, but not the defender. Ooh la la! And Bokbati, the heroine of the French team. Look at the pace here of Debinha. Slipped the ball past the goalkeeper. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. And if France progress, they can thank their big number 19 from Lyon. No wonder Debinha can raise a smile. They'll be raising a glass to her later in the bars of Le Havre, if they're open, of course. We're almost done at the end of the first period of extra time. And Rosinia. Breaks here to Beatrice. Are France going to catch them offside? They are. It's in an offside position. Debinha, last few seconds of this first period of extra time. Henry. And the referee stops the game there. At the end of the first period of extra time, no further goals. But my goodness, Brazil will wonder how they haven't taken the lead. Marvellous intervention from Bokbati. The end of extra time, the first period of extra time. It remains France 1, Brazil 1. So we're almost set. France restart extra time. Still 1-1. That was a score after 90 minutes of football. DNA. France in white, remember. And France have a free kick for that foul on DNA. Do they have a goal scorer in their ranks, a player who could catapult them into the last 8 of the competition before we get to a penalty shootout? Reynard will be the inevitable target for this free kick, which Busaglia or Madri will take. It's Madri, and there's the goal! stabs the ball in, and Brazil out. Oh boy. Firecrackers ignite inside this stadium. Henry with a huge goal. She is Miss Popular. We salute you, madam. Just got ahead of a marker. That was disappointing marking by number 21. Monica tried to grab her back. Had she not converted, that could well have been looked at again as a possible penalty. She was onside. It's as simple as that. Oh, what do Brazil do now? Throw caution to the wind. Well, what a boost that is for France. Suddenly the crowd have found their voice. Le Sommer! And suddenly there are hundreds and hundreds of French flags fluttering in the arms of their delighted fans. The tricolour is in evidence around the stadium. Change for France. Parisset will come on. Torrent will come off. And Torrent gets the applause, deserved applause, of the French fans. Parisset started it right back against Nigeria. Madri with a free kick. And the header is met by Henry. She will be the headlines in tomorrow's French newspapers. And that, she has made history with that goal. The first time France have ever scored a goal in extra time at the finals. Beatrice, that's a fabulous ball. Tamirez. Can France hold firm now? Marta. Tamirez. Monica. Brazil pressing forward. Le Sommer, there's plenty of space now for France to counter-attack. Le Sommer. Tine. Comes to Le Sommer, who looks absolutely shattered. She is absolutely shattered, by the way. Les Bleus rings around the stadium again, but it's Les Blancs, the team in white, who are now with 1 foot in the last 8. There's still plenty of time for Brazil to find an equaliser and drag us into a penalty shootout. Well, we've had real thunder and lightning overhead in the last few days, but now the French fans are providing their own. Jays, 3 to aim at. If she can pick one out, so many French players back. Pollyanna's cross. France's brief now is a defensive one with occasional counter-attacking. Pollyanna should get there first. Barbara slams the ball forward. Renard gets to the ball first. Le Sommer. Tine. Jays. Dabinia. There's still plenty of work for Brazil to do, but France can counter-attack. Cascarino. Diane. Can she pick out Cascarino? Oh. I think she would have defied the laws of physics had she scored from there. It was such a tight angle. And had she cut the ball back rather than go for goal, not like the goalkeeper got a touch on that actually. It should have been a corner, but it was a very difficult angle. Jays away from Henry, the heroine of the hour. Renard comes off Le Sommer. Less than 6 minutes separate France in a place in the last 8. Parisset will retrieve the ball. Busaglia, referee had to get out the way. Tine, lovely sliding pass to pick out Le Sommer. France got another goal to kill off Brazil. Diane drives it back and only as far as Monica, who just hooks the ball to safety. Gives it back to Tine. Tine's been fouled. Free kick to France, and Marta disagrees. Hardly a surprise. Doing his best to smile through the pain, but at the moment it's France who very much have their tails up at the moment. And it's not quite party time yet at the Stade Océane, but we're getting close. Closer and closer. Renard. Madry, Le Sommer, Tine, Le Sommer, Martine stabs it wide. If France go through, it'll be all European teams through in the last 8 so far. Still plenty of football to be played in the last 16. Jays. Managed to pull it back, and Bouhaddi to the rescue. The gentleman just in front of me waves his flag again as Bouhaddi got hold of that ball. DNA giving chase. Come through to Poliana. And there's a French player suffering from cramp. And France about to make a change. Looks like the end of the game for Madry. Carcioui will come on from the Montpellier club for her first taste of the tournament. Comes from a French-Moroccan family. Carcioui then replaces Madry. Le Sommer, who's had a very steady game. Diane, who's provided a real threat and been a real handful. And she's won a corner. Less than 2 minutes remain. Plus stoppage time, of course, at the end of extra time. France on the verge of winning their first ever game at the finals in extra time. Challenged by Busaglia. Less than 60 seconds left of extra time. Beatrice intercepted by France. Can France find a clinching third? Cascarino just shoved the ball too far, and then it's going to go out for a throw-in. France are really enjoying this moment. There's a big party about to unfold on the northern coast of France. Normandy has welcomed the women's French national team, and the women's French national team have responded. 2 minutes now separate the French and the quarterfinals. Carcioui. Le Sommer. Diane. Can Brazil just find one last attack? France in no great hurry to get on with the game. Carcioui. And there's a free kick for that foul on the central defender Mbok Bati, who provided that wonderful goal line clearance in the first period of extra time. And once again, the hosts, as they always do, heading into the quarter-finals of a FIFA Women's World Cup Finals. As is a rendition of the Marseillaise rings round the stadium again. Le Sommer draws the foul. That should do it. The extra few seconds it takes to take this free kick will probably take France over the line, over the threshold, which at times has looked very uncertain. Kachoui. All the roads lead to Paris on Friday for the quarter-finals, because France are through, delivered there by Amandine Henry, the captain. Gauvin with a vital goal to give France a lead. Brazil responded, but it's a story of French resistance at its very best. Brazil could not hold on for penalties. Maybe Marta has played her last game in the Women's World Cup Finals. France are through. It ends France 2, Brazil 1. Well, they will celebrate this victory for many an hour or two. Brazil eliminated, and it's going to be the USA or Spain against France for a place in these semi-finals. No wonder she can smile. Barbara played her part. Maybe she had one eye on a penalty shootout.
Amandine Henry for France.
But Henry is the real heroine of the night. The Lyon midfield player, the captain, has scored that vital goal. Renard played her part in trying to keep Brazil out. There will be tougher tests still to come for the French women's national team, and quite probably a last 8 meeting with the USA. Who knows? It could all end in joy in Lyon in a couple of weeks' time. 2 weeks today, there will be the Women's World Cup final. Will France be there?
Félicitations Corinne, quel match!
Ouais, tendu, très très tendu, mais face à un bel adversaire, voilà, on a tout donné, c'est bien, on n'a rien lâché, je pense qu'on les a eu aussi un petit peu à l'usure, mais c'est bien, voilà, on a la qualification pour le quart, c'est ce qu'on voulait.
Votre équipe a fait encore preuve de mental avec cette force d'aller chercher cette victoire. Vous les aviez préparés dans ce sens-là aussi?
Ouais, j'aurais bien aimé quand même qu'on joue un petit peu plus en première période. Peut-être qu'on se serait mis un petit peu moins en difficulté en seconde, même si on nous a refusé un but, on marque en premier, on va quand même chercher ce deuxième but qualificatif. Mais je pense que ça va nous servir pour la suite, je pense que ça va nous débrider.
Et ce public du Havre, alors, il était comment?
Magnifique, je pense que sans lui, ça aurait été difficile, parce qu'avec les prolongations, très sincèrement, c'est difficile, on l'a vu, les organismes sont émoussés, en plus il faisait très très chaud ce soir.
Merci, félicitations en tout cas, et rendez-vous en quart.
Vai dar grande jogo, como era esperado essa seleção.
Foi grande jogo, a gente fez uma bela partida. O jogo seria decidido assim mesmo, num detalhezinho. Debinha teve uma grande chance ali, não convertemos. A jogada aérea é uma jogada forte deles, eles têm um time mais alto, tudo. A gente estava tinha neutralizado bem até aquele momento, sofremos o gol, mas discutivelmente não pode tirar o brilho que essas meninas fizeram em campo.
Qual é a marca que fica dessa despedida da seleção brasileira?
Bom, eu acho que lamentável, né? A gente lamenta muito, o confronto era muito difícil, mas a gente fez um grande jogo. A gente falou desde o início, vai ser difícil para nós, vai ser difícil para eles. Como foi? Infelizmente a gente perdeu na prorrogação no momento em que, na maneira que estava o jogo, a gente também com várias substituições por aspecto clínico, físico. Pelo menos se fosse por pênaltis a gente teria uma grande chance. Ou num contra-ataque matar o jogo, nós não conseguimos e aí ficamos com o gosto amargo da derrota.
Marta, foi um grande jogo, digno das guerreiras que estiveram em campo pela seleção brasileira. Can I? Ok. Um grande jogo, digno das guerreiras que estiveram em campo na seleção brasileira.
Sem dúvida, a gente deu o nosso melhor. Tanto vocês viram aí, algumas foram até o fim, outras tiveram que ser substituídas porque deram o seu máximo. Então, foi um grande jogo, já esperávamos tudo isso. A torcida contra e tantas coisas mais. Porém, a gente fez um grande trabalho, não conseguimos a vitória, a equipe delas foram melhor no quesito de definição, nas chances que tiveram, e é seguir em frente, cabeça erguida, muito orgulho dessa equipe.
Essa Copa é um marco no futebol brasileiro?
Sem dúvida é um momento especial e a gente tem que aproveitar. Eu digo isso no sentido de valorizar mais, valoriza. A gente pede tanto, né? Pede apoio, mas a gente também precisa valorizar, sabe? Lógico que emociona, o momento é muito emocionante. Eu queria estar sorrindo aqui, eu até chorando de alegria. E eu acho que é esse o primordial. A gente tem que chorar no começo para sorrir no fim. Quando eu digo isso, é querer mais, é treinar mais, é se cuidar mais, é estar pronta para jogar 90 e mais 30 minutos, quantos minutos for. É isso que eu peço para as meninas. Não vai ter uma Formiga para sempre, não vai ter uma Marta para sempre, não vai ter uma Cristiane. E o futebol feminino depende de vocês para sobreviver. Então pense nisso, valorize mais. Chore no começo para sorrir no fim.
Wendy, félicitations, quelle ambiance, c'est magnifique.
Ouais, je pense que le public ce soir était à la hauteur. Ils nous ont poussé de la première à la dernière minute dans les moments où on n'était pas bien. Et encore là, voilà, je pense que cette victoire aussi, elle est c'est aussi pour eux, donc on est contente, mais maintenant il faut récupérer.
Vous avez fait preuve de caractère en menant au score, en étant égalisé, et là vous arrivez à marquer ce deuxième but. Comment vous l'avez vécu, vous, sur le terrain?
Non, c'est vrai qu'on on prend cette égalisation un peu bêtement. Je pense qu'au deuxième ballon, on n'y est pas. Elles arrivent à jouer le coup, on a vu tout de suite qu'il n'y avait pas hors-jeu. Et puis après, derrière, on continue et sur un coup de pied arrêté, on sait que c'est... au niveau, ça fait souvent des différences, donc ça l'a été encore ce soir avec Amande et l'aventure elle continue, mais il faudra bien récupérer parce qu'il y a beaucoup de plumes, on a laissé beaucoup de plumes, mais en tout cas on continue, donc place à la récup.
Super, félicitations, merci Wendy.